All right, Stranger Things fans, this is it. The end is almost here. The final season is coming, and it promises to be the biggest, most epic conclusion we could hope for. So today we're going to break down everything we know and all the biggest theories about Season 5. Let's do this.
I mean, this is the ultimate question, isn't it? After all these years of fighting Demogorgons, the Mind Flare, and now Vecna's terrifying curse, how does this story finally wrap up? It's what we're all dying to know.
The wait is almost over, and believe me, this isn't just another season of television. This is the final showdown. So let's jump right into all the details, starting with the very place where it all began, the town of Hawkins. Okay, first up, Hawkins under siege. Because the battle isn't just coming to Hawkins anymore. The battle is Hawkins. The entire town is the new front line, and the threat is bigger than anything they've ever faced. So, you remember that massive, fiery gate that Vecna tore open at the end of last season? Well, it's not just a portal anymore. Think of it more like a gaping wound. The Upside Down is literally bleeding into our world, and the two dimensions are starting to merge in the absolute worst way possible. And this is where the fan theories get really wild. We're not just talking about a few monsters running around. We're talking about a full-on ecological invasion. Imagine strange spores floating in the air, creepy fungi crawling up the sides of buildings, a thick, constant fog hanging over everything. The town itself is becoming part of the Upside Down. Which leads to a pretty chilling thought, right? Will Hawkins even be recognizable when this is all over? We could be looking at a town that is physically infected, twisted, and transformed by this other dimension, turning their home into a total nightmare. So with the town itself literally under attack, how are our heroes going to step up? You know, an apocalypse-level threat is going to demand more from them than ever before. This season is really set to push characters like Eleven and Will into brand new territory. For Eleven, it's not going to be about just flipping vans anymore. The theories all point to her powers evolving into something different, something deeper. We might see her tap into abilities based on emotion or memory, not just raw power. She might even gain a way to truly understand the Upside Down, maybe how it connects to trauma.
And then there's Will Byers. He's been tied to the Upside Down since day one, and all the signs are pointing to that connection being absolutely crucial for the finale. You know those goosebumps he gets on his neck? They've always been a warning, but what if they become something more?
This is where we get to a huge fan theory. The idea that Will could become a vessel for Vecna. His deep, long-standing connection might make him the perfect key or conduit for the Upside Down's power. It's a terrifying thought, and his whole journey might be building to one huge moment where he has to confront this evil inside him, maybe even make the ultimate sacrifice. To really understand where our characters are headed, we have to understand their enemy. And this final season is promising to finally pull back the curtain on the biggest mystery of the whole show, the origin of the Upside Down itself. Seriously, it's the one question we've had since the very beginning. Where did this place actually come from? Was it always there, just waiting? Did someone create it? Well, it looks like we're finally going to get the answer. Now check this out, because this theory changes everything. What if Vecna didn't create the Upside Down? What if he just found it? A pre-existing evil dimension that he stumbled upon and decided to conquer. That makes him less of a creator god and more of a colonizer, which is a whole different kind of scary. Of course, the whole crew is back for this final fight, but we're also getting some amazing new faces. Get this, the one and only Linda Hamilton is joining the cast. Fans are already guessing she could be a hardened military leader or maybe even an old Hawkins lab scientist. And speaking of which, it looks like we're not done with Hawkins lab. We're likely going to dive back into those creepy experiments, probably connecting them right to the Upside Down's origins. Okay, so for all this talk about monsters, invasions, and alternate dimensions, the show's creators have been really clear about one thing. The ending isn't just about the spectacle, it's about the characters we've spent all this time with. This quote from the Duffer Brothers really says it all. As huge as the stakes are, the focus is going to be small, intimate, and personal. This is the culmination of all their journeys, their friendships, their love stories, everything. So, the ending is really going to be driven by these core ideas. We can definitely expect some gut-wrenching sacrifice, friendships tested like never before, and hopefully some real emotional closure for these characters we've all grown to love. The final battle is for their town, for sure, but it's also for their souls. All right, so the number one question on your mind right now is probably, okay, that's great, but when can I watch it? Well,
Let's get to it, because the release is set up like a huge holiday event.
Okay, get your calendars out. The season is being split into 3 parts. Volume 1 is set to drop on November 26th. Then, Volume 2 arrives like a spooky Christmas present on December 25th. And it all comes to an end with the grand finale on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Talk about ending the year with a bang.
And you better get comfortable for that last one. That final episode isn't just an episode. It's a feature-length movie event, clocking in at around 2 hours long. They're giving this series the huge, cinematic send-off it deserves. Which brings us to the final, most heartbreaking question of all. With stakes this high, with the fate of the world on the line, it feels almost certain that not everyone is making it out of this alive. The only question left is, who's it going to be? We'll all have to wait and find out.